Yo, what up, guys? So, today I'll be talking about an inquiry question that I came up with for my English project. So, I have a final project in my grade 10 English class, and we have to pick a inquiry question that is related to English. It took me a long time to pick my question, but I finally picked it, and my question was, how can we use story writing or storytelling to help solve everyday problems? It did take a long time to find my answers for the question and gathering extra info, but in the end, I did learn a lot and I did learn a lot, and I knew how to write uh, stories, like good stories and everything else. I learned on how to engage the audience by not making the people feel bad about themselves, communicating in more in images, and that people engage and consume info that affirms their identities. This video will be about 5 main points on how we can use story writing and storytelling to help solve everyday problems. So uh, they include multiple images, engaging the audience, um, having quotes from people so the audience can trust the story, personal stories, and having loads of info related to the topic. So my first one is including multiple images. Including images makes the story more interesting and understandable. Researchers have found that people like to communicate in images instead of reading or write reading of reading the writing. So readers can't always understand writing, but when you got pictures to support your answer, it makes it way easier to understand and less boring as well. This second one is having quotes to support your answer. Find quotes from big people like presidents, celebrities, athletes, prime ministers, and when you have quotes from people like those, readers can trust the story because mostly leaders of countries know what's going on around the world. If you want to set a point like solving everyday problems with story writing and storytelling, it can be way easier to influence them. Engaging the audience is another big one, and having the thing make sure to engage the audience, because if not, then they won't read your story, and if they don't read it, you can't set your point. The personal stories one is another one that relates to having quotes, because enhance the story to also making the story believable, and it's just more evidence. The readers get multiple points of views from other people and it just gathers more evidence for the story or the answer you're trying to set. Having loads of info. When you have loads of info, make sure to have as much info as you can, but don't overload it because the story will just get boring. There are many everyday problems, so include some examples of them and include tips for writing good stories and info. The more the info, the better the story, but remember, not too much. Thank you for watching.